So they're standing at the Red Sea. Water everywhere. What will save them? From fear to wonder, from captivity to covenant. Exodus 11-20 is not just history, it's your story too. Welcome to Carnivore and Affirmations, where ancient stories meet modern truth. This AI voice is simply a vessel, guiding you from bondage to breakthrough. So your faith and your choices reflect the path God already paved. Maybe you felt stuck, wondering, am I even moving forward? This chapter reminds us, miracles don't end the journey, they transform it. So walk through these scenes with me, feel the tension, taste the freedom, sense the purpose. Let Scripture shape your clarity, not just your beliefs, but your daily steps. Exodus chapter 11. The final warning before freedom. King James Version. Verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh, and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Verse 2. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. Verse 3. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. Verse 4. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt. Verse 5. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. Verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Verse 8. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Exodus 12. The first Passover and the Exodus begins. King James Version. Verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying. Verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, it shall be the first month of the year to you. Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. Verse 4. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls, every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year, ye shall take it out from the sheep, or from the goats. Verse 6. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Verse 7. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Verse 9. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. Verse 10. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste, it is the Lord's Passover. Verse 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. Verse 14 begins the instructions for generations and the great departure. Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. Verse 15. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread, even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Verse 16. And on the first day there shall be a holy convocation. And in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. Verse 17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. Verse 18. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even. Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger, or born in the land. Verse 20. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Verse 21. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. Verse 22. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. Verse 23. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel, and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. Verse 24. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. Verse 25. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. Verse 26. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? Verse 27. Ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians, and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. Verse 28. And the children of Israel went away, and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Verse 29. And it came to pass, that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. Verse 30. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he, and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. Verse 31. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go, serve the Lord, as ye have said. Verse 32. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. Verse 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. Verse 34. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver, and jewels of gold, and raiment. Verse 36. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. Verse 37. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, a about 600,000 on foot that were men, beside children. Verse 38. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks, and herds, even very much cattle. Verse 39. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Verse 40. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel, who dwelt in Egypt, was 430 years. Verse 41. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. Verse 42. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover, there shall no stranger eat thereof. Verse 44. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. Verse 45. Foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. Verse 46. In one house shall it be eaten, thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. Verse 47. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. Verse 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. Verse 49. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Verse 50. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Verse 51. And it came to pass the selfsame day, that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Exodus chapter 13. God leads his people out. King James Version. Verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying. Verse 2. Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. Verse 3. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day, in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place, there shall no leavened bread be eaten. Verse 4. This day came ye out in the month Abib. Verse 5. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep this service in this month. Verse 6. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast to the Lord. Verse 7. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. Verse 8. And thou shalt shew thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. Verse 9. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thine hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth, for with a strong hand hath the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Verse 10. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. Verse 11. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee and to thy fathers, and shall give it thee. Verse 12. That thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast, the males shall be the Lord's. Verse 13. And every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck, and all the firstborn of man among thy children shalt thou redeem. Verse 14. And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. Verse 15. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that openeth the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. Verse 16. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thine eyes, for by strength of hand the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt. Verse 17. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near, for God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. Verse 18. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. Verse 19. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. Verse 20. And they took their journey from Succos, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. Verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light, to go by day and night. Verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night, from before the people. Exodus chapter 14. The Red Sea crossing, King James Version. Verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying. Verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pi-hahiroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-zephon, before it shall ye encamp by the sea. Verse 3. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, the wilderness hath shut them in. Verse 4. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. Verse 5. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people, and they said, Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? Verse 6. And he made ready his chariot, and took his people with him. Verse 7. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. Verse 8. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went out with an high hand. Verse 9. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen, and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-zephon. Verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and, behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. Verse 11. And they said unto Moses, Because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians, than that we should die in the wilderness. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will shew to you today, for the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Verse 15. And the Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. Verse 16. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. Verse 17. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. Verse 18. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten the honor upon Pharaoh, upon upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. Verse 19. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them. Verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. Verse 21. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea. And the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. Verse 22. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand, and on their left. Verse 23. And the Egyptians pursued, and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. Verse 24. And it came to pass, that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Verse 25. And took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily. So that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. Verse 26. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. Verse 27. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea. And the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. Verse 28. And the waters returned, and covered the chariots, and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them, there remained not so much as one of them. Verse 29. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand, and on their left. Verse 30. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. Verse 31. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord, and believed the Lord, and his servant Moses. Exodus chapter 15. The Song of Deliverance. King James Version. Verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Verse 2. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation, he is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. Verse 3. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea, his chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. Verse 5. The depths have covered them, they sank into the bottom as a stone. Verse 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power, thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. Verse 7. And in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee, thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. Verse 8. And with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together, the floods stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. Verse 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil, my lust shall be satisfied upon them, I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Verse 10. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them, they sank as lead in the mighty waters. Verse 11. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Verse 12. Thou stretchedst out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Verse 13. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed, thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. Verse 14. The people shall hear, and be afraid, sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Verse 15. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed, the mighty men of Moab, trembling shall take hold upon them, all the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Verse 16. Fear and dread shall fall upon them, by the greatness of thine arm they shall be as still as a stone. Till thy people pass over, O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased. Verse 17. Thou shalt bring them in, and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established. Verse 18. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. Verse 19. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them, but the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. Verse 20. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. Verse 21. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Verse 22. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur, and they went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water. Verse 23. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter, therefore the name of it was called Marah. Verse 24. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? Verse 25. And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord shewed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet, there he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. Verse 26. And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Verse 27. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. Exodus chapter 16. Manna from heaven. King James Version. Verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. Verse 2. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. Verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness, to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Verse 4. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law, or no. Verse 5. And it shall come to pass, that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. Verse 6. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even, then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. Verse 7. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord. For that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord, and what are we, that ye murmur against us? Verse 8. And Moses said, This shall be, when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which ye murmur against him, and what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. Verse 9. And Moses spake unto Aaron, Say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. Verse 10. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and, behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. Verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Verse 12. I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. Verse 13. And it came to pass, that at even the quails came up, and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay round about the host. Verse 14. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. Verse 15. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. Verse 16. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man, according to the number of your persons, take ye every man for them which are in his tents. Verse 17. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. Verse 18. And when they did measure it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack, they gathered every man according to his eating. Verse 19. And Moses said, Let no man leave of it till the morning. Verse 20. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning. And it bred worms, and stank, and Moses was wroth with them. Verse 21. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. Verse 22. And it came to pass, that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Verse 23. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord, bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. Verse 24. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. Verse 25. And Moses said, Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord, today ye shall not find it in the field. Verse 26. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. Verse 27. And it came to pass, that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. Verse 28. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? Verse 29. See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days, abide ye every man in his place, let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. Verse. The people rested on the 7th day. Verse 31. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Verse 32. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commandeth, fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. Verse 33. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations. Verse 34. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony, to be kept. Verse 35. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came to a land inhabited, they did eat manna, until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Verse 36. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. Exodus chapter 17. Water from the rock and victory over Amalek. King James Version. Verse 1. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin, after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses, and said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? Verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, Wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? Verse 4 And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Verse 5 And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand, and go. Verse 6 Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in Horeb. And thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. Verse 7 And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us, or not? Verse 8 Then came Amalek, and fought with Israel in Rephidim. Verse 9 And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out men, and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. Verse 10 So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. Verse 11 And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. Verse 12 But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone, and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. Verse 13 And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Verse 14 And the Lord said unto Moses, Write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Verse 15 And Moses built an altar, and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. Verse 16 For he said, Because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Exodus chapter 18 Jethro's visit and wise counsel. King James Version. Verse 1 When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses, and for Israel his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Verse 2 Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back. Verse 3 And her 2 sons, of whom the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. Verse 4 And the name of the other was Eleazar, for the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Verse 5 And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. Verse 6 And he said unto Moses, I thy father-in-law Jethro am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. Verse Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. Verse 8 And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. Verse 9 And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. Verse 10 And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Verse 11 Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly he was above them. Verse 12 And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God, and Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. Verse 13 And it came to pass on the morrow, that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning unto the evening. Verse 14 And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto even? Verse 15. And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. Verse 16. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another. And I do make them know the statutes of God, and his laws. Verse 17. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, He thing that thou doest is not good. Verse 18. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou, and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee, thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. Verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt shew them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Verse 21. Moreover thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them, to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Verse 22. And let them judge the people at all seasons, and it shall be, that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. Verse 23. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people shall also go to their place in peace. Verse 24. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. Verse 25. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Verse 26. And they judged the people at all seasons, the hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. Verse 27. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. Exodus chapter 19. God prepares Israel for his presence. King James Version. Verse 1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel went forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. Verse 2. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount. Verse 3. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. Verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation, are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. Verse 8. And all the people answered together, and said, All that the Lord hath spoken we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. Verse 10. The Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. Verse 11. And be ready against the 3rd day. For the 3rd day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall be surely put to death. Verse 13. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned, or shot through, whether it be beast or man. It shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. Verse 14. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. Verse 15. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not at your wives. Verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning, that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Verse 17. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. Verse 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long, and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. Verse 20. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, on the top of the mount, and the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. Verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. Verse 22. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. Verse 23. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargedst us, saying, Set bounds about the mount, and sanctify it. Verse 24. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou, and Aaron with thee, but let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. Verse 25. So Moses went down unto the people, and spake unto them. Exodus chapter 20. The 10 Commandments given at Sinai. King James Version. Verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying. Verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I the Lord thy God am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. Verse 6. And shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Verse. Shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. Verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. Verse 10. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, in it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day, wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Verse 13. Thou shalt not kill. Verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Verse 15. Thou shalt not steal. Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings, and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking, and when the people saw it, they removed, and stood afar off. Verse. They said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. Verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Verse 21. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. Verse 22. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Verse 23. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. Verse 24. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep, and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Verse 25. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Verse 26. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Remember, miracles don't stop after the miracle. They invite us deeper. Parting seas are not the end. They're the foundation for freedom. Out here in the wilderness, they learned trust. They learned identity. What mountains are shaking in your life? What voice is calling you forward? You don't just need another Bible story. You need clarity and courage for your desert journey. Join our Exodus reflections and walk in spiritual freedom. Comment below. What's your Red Sea moment, and where do you hear God calling next? Like, subscribe, and ring the bell, not just for stories, but for transformation.